According to the ancient Sanskrit epics like the Mahabharata and the Puranas, Lord Krishna built a magnificent utopian city of gold and precious gems. It was called Dwarka, and it was said to contain over 900 grand palaces. But the texts also detail a violent end. Following a devastating curse and Krishna's eventual departure from the earth, the ocean rose up and swallowed the entire city in a single day, burying its wealth beneath the waves. For centuries, the academic consensus on Dwarka was absolute. Western and Indian historians alike universally dismissed the city as pure fiction, a beautiful piece of religious folklore with absolutely zero historical merit. That absolute consensus held firmly until 1983. That was the year Indian marine archaeologist Dr. S.R. Rao decided to read the Mahabharata not as a religious epic, but as a literal geographical map. Rao hypothesized that if the city described in the texts actually existed, its physical ruins still had to be there. Based on the ancient descriptions, he pinpointed a location in the Arabian Sea, right off the western coast of Gujarat. Rao's decision to test faith against scientific rigor led to discoveries that challenged the established timelines of early civilization in the Indian subcontinent. The ancient texts explicitly refer to Dwarka as the City of Gates. They describe it as a highly advanced, well-planned port city designed specifically to facilitate heavy maritime trade. To find it, Dr. Rao launched a severely underfunded marine expedition. With minimal financial backing, an early team of divers plunged into the murky depths of the Arabian Sea, relying on basic scuba equipment and virtually no modern technology. 30 meters below the surface, they hit something that was clearly not a natural reef. Hidden beneath the waves, the divers discovered man-made stone walls, stretching 560 meters long, accompanied by massive stone pillars. The divers also located heavy rock fragments scattered across the seabed. Notice the distinct carved square hole in the center of this heavy stone block. These are ancient three-hole mooring anchors. You don't find precision-carved multi-hole anchors clustered alongside half-kilometer walls by accident. These specific artifacts, combined with the massive masonry, prove this underwater site was a sprawling, deliberately engineered harbor designed to dock large vessels. The layout of the ruins mirrors the ancient descriptions of a fortified, functional harbor, a massive engineering project that successfully managed the tides of the Arabian Sea. Proving the city existed was one thing, but the texts make a very specific claim about its timeline. They place Dwarka thousands of years in the past, long before historians believed advanced coastal civilizations existed in India. To settle the timeline, the National Institute of Ocean Technology launched a series of high-tech expeditions between 2001 and 2007. They mapped the ocean floor digitally, bringing in advanced sonar and sub-bottom profilers to see through the centuries of built-up silt. The dive teams extracted wooden artifacts and pieces of painted pottery, like the bowl seen here. These items were immediately sent to international laboratories for strict carbon and thermoluminescence dating. The lab results dated the artifacts between 5,000 and an astonishing 9,000 years old. The physical objects perfectly aligned with the ancient timelines that academics had previously declared impossible. This raised an entirely new question. If a harbor city this advanced thrived thousands of years ago, what violently destroyed it? The myth points to a curse. Science points to geology. This chart plots global sea levels over the last 20,000 years based on geological data. Notice the steep upward spike occurring between 11,000 and 5,000 years ago. That spike represents rapid glacial melting at the end of the last ice age. The rising water triggered massive coastal flooding worldwide. It was a sudden, real-world climatic catastrophe that swallowed the entire city and permanently redrew the coastline. The mythological curse of Dwarka aligns with the geological record. The ancient story of a city swallowed by the sea was a deeply ingrained cultural memory of a devastating global flood. The evidence at Dwarka aligns ancient texts with the geological record, treating mythologized stories as encoded historical data. In early 2024, the site received massive cultural validation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi traveled to the coast of Gujarat and personally scuba dived down to the submerged ruins. This event represented a modern nation actively reclaiming its lost history. It visibly bridged the gap between cutting-edge oceanography and ancient spiritual traditions. Today, the living city of Dwarka, drawing millions of pilgrims to its towering temples, stands directly beside the sunken ruins of the original harbor as a testament to an unbroken cultural chain. The lost city of Dwarka proves that science and mythology do not have to be enemies. Sometimes myths are simply the way ancient humans recorded the truth, patiently waiting in the deep for our technology to finally catch up.